I love this place. It's my hometown. Obviously, there's a lot of good things going on around here, and looking forward to learning everybody's names and just getting back into playing good football.
Was it always a dream to play for the Jaguars as a kid at all?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, obviously, coming to the games and growing up as a fan and seeing all the good times and some of the bad times, it was obviously important for me to just fulfill my dream of playing in the NFL, and obviously had a great opportunity in New England and can't thank them enough, but happy to be here. You know, as a kid from Jacksonville, it's definitely a dream come true.
Mac, it's been reported that the Patriots went to you and said, would you want to go back to Jacksonville? Can you walk us through kind of that process?
Yeah, like I said, I have all the respect in the world for those guys up there. They're my first team, drafted me in the first round, can't thank them enough. And obviously we kind of just decided the mutual parting of ways was the best decision for both of us. And for me, it was just about moving on and getting back home, and I can't be more excited. And for them, it's about moving forward and turning the page. So really that's kind of what we decided, and I think it's a great decision.
How do you reflect on your time up there?
A lot of the great learning experiences. Learned from a great head coach, obviously one of the greatest of all time. Been fortunate to kind of work with some great head coaches and learned a lot, played a lot of games, started a lot of games, and obviously things went the way they did. And my goal is to kind of get the train back on the track. So I think I can do that here, and the coaches here have talked to me about that and just how I can help the room and how I can learn from Trevor and everybody here. And obviously he's playing great football, and he's done a great job here in Jacksonville. So I'm excited to get back with him and CJ and just learn from them.
The way everything kind of played out, regrets on, do you have any personal regrets on the way things worked out up there, or the way you handled it, or the way the Patriots handled it, or anything?
I think what I said earlier, just like the learning part of it, is just every experience is a good experience if you learn from it. So, you know, the games that we lost, the things that happen, obviously you don't ever want to lose. You want to win every game you play in. But I understand that's sometimes really hard to do in the NFL, and I don't have regrets. I feel like I put everything out there, gave a lot to that organization, and they gave a lot to me. So I'm going to do the same thing here in a good way and just be myself, be Mac, and learn from, like I said, Trevor and CJ and the coaches here that have a lot of offensive background. That'll be important for me, and that's a big reason why I felt like this is a good fit.
What do you like most about being home, being back home, other than the weather?
Yeah.
The obvious.
Honestly, I haven't spent as much time back here as I would like, so it feels good to be back. And just going to Alabama, then you get drafted up to the Northeast. It's a quick turnaround, you know how it is, and from there life goes fast. So it feels good to be back. I mean, obviously my parents live here and went to bowls and all that, so have a lot of friends around the area. But obviously my main focus is always going to be football. But it just feels good. My grandma's here. She's never been to a game, so maybe we'll get her to a Jacksonville game to watch me, and I think that'll be awesome. So you never know what happens, so it's kind of full circle.
Is this a relaunch for you? Is that what you look at this as, hey, I want to become a starter again at some point in the league somewhere?
Yeah, I think I always say be where my feet are, and this is a great opportunity for me, like I said, to learn from Coach Peterson and the staff that he's assembled here a few years ago, and Trevor and CJ and guys that have played a lot of football and played really well. So I'm going to do everything I can just to, like I said, get the train back on the tracks and get it moving in the right direction.
Coming into the league the same year as Trevor, is there any kind of relationship there the last couple of years?
Yeah, for sure. I've known Trevor really for a little bit of time here since high school, and we have a few mutual friends and stuff. So I've always kept up with him, have a lot of respect for his game, and I'm here to just learn from him, like I said. And he's obviously the captain, and he's a great player, and he's done a lot of good things here, and really I just want to win.
Did you know anything about Doug Peterson before the trade?
Yeah, of course. I mean, Philadelphia and everything, and heard a lot of good things about him. And once again, there's some mutual connections there, whether that be where he played college football and things like that. So there's a lot of cool things there, and I think he's a great coach. His track record is great. He understands the game because he's held the ball before. He's been back there. He's been on the ground looking up at the sky, right? So, I mean, he knows, right? And I think that's something that Trevor probably appreciates, is having a guy like that to be able to tell him, see the game how we see the game as quarterbacks. And it sounds like everybody works together here, and that was something that was encouraging to hear. Just it's a team effort, and everyone's trying to win games.
Confidence in this league can be a fickle thing. How's yours? And do you still view yourself as a starting quarterback in the NFL? Yeah,
like I said, I think that's a great point. It's about confidence. It's about putting in the work and doing everything right that you can. And I felt like I did that, and I'm going to continue to do that. The results may have been there some days and may have not been there the others, but I think the important part for me is sticking to that process like I've always done, and just trying to get back to that, but at the same time, just knowing my role, knowing where I'm at, excuse me, just understanding that this is a great spot for me in my hometown.
Does that put any more pressure on you, though, too, in being in the hometown at all?
No. If anything, it's less. It feels good, man. It's all good, and I feel like like I said, they're building a good thing here. So I'm just going to come in and try and work and improve myself, and then obviously be a great teammate, put the team first, all those things.
Do you have a favorite memory from when you were playing at Bowles?
Yeah, I remember when we beat Reigns, like 60 to 20 maybe in the playoff game. That was great because they kind of had our number for a little bit. But I have a lot of respect and still talk to some of those guys that were on those teams. And obviously my head coach, Corky Rogers, is a legend around here and rest his soul. But learned a lot from him, and those were just great times. High school football, there's nothing better.
So while everybody else is, the other new free agents are looking at houses and apartments, probably a unique experience for you right now.
Yeah, I do know the area good, and I don't think I'll be staying with my parents. So maybe we'll see. But yeah, my mom's coming to pick me up in about 30 minutes. So it's kind of nice when your mom can pick you up from work. So, but it'll be good. I think, like I said, I'm just looking forward to meeting the guys and everyone. Like you said, they're all new here. Sounds like Gabe's obviously not from far down the road and stuff, so that's cool. And there's some Florida ties here and there, so it's a great state and a great city to be in.
Mac, is it hard to kind of keep abreast and sort of absorb everything over the last 3 or 4 years for you? Or
Yeah.
Do you have time to even do that at all?
Absolutely, yeah. I think, like I said, everything goes pretty quick, and you're in college, then you're getting drafted, then you're playing in games. And for me, it's all about the evaluation process after the season. What can I get better at? How can I improve? And I feel like I did that this year already, and went down to Texas and stayed in a sports barn for a month and just focused on football, just all football. What can I do better every day, 5 days a week, weekends, all that. Just how can I watch tape? What can I do better? And that's important to me, as it is with any player. They're trying to find what they can do better. So that's what I do every year. Cool. Thank you, guys. Good to see you guys.